Hello, my friends. It's Ashley from the Candle Collective, and I am bringing you a video today all about trademarks. Do we need them? What the heck are they? I'm just a little baby small business, and I'm wondering if I'm growing into a toddler small business. What do I need to protect myself? Now, before I get into any of the juicy details or not so juicy details, I need to let you guys know, in case there was any question or shadow of doubt, to let you guys know that I am not a lawyer, I'm not an attorney, I'm not a professional business consultant, I'm not anything that is credentialed along the lines of, you should do this. I'm simply here sharing my experience and the things that I was weighing, positives and negatives, in regards to trademarking my business. Plus, I wanted to make this video because I do a lot of 30 for 30 calls. They're $30 for 30 minutes with candle makers, small business owners, and anybody out there that's in the entrepreneurship role looking to remove some roadblocks and reduce overwhelm for their business and for the next steps. And almost always I get asked this question: should I trademark my business? And every time I have these answers that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. If you're new here, my name is Ashley. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I like to create businesses and I like to keep them going, which is the key part of it. Today, I'm sharing everything that, no matter if you're a candle maker or not, you might be able to benefit from this information and just see how I learned what I should do for my business based on the journey that I've been taking you guys along with me on this channel. So first and foremost, we want to talk about what is a trademark. Well, that's a really good question, and I'm going to take it straight from the horse's mouth. A lot of the information that I'm sharing here with you guys today is from uspto.gov. Of course, that will be linked in the description box below, but this is not any new information. It is simply from one source to another before I get in my own personal journey. What is a trademark, Ashley? Please tell us, because I don't feel like Googling it, and that's fair. Trademark can be a word, phrase, symbol, design, or a combination of these things that identifies your goods or services. It's how customers recognize you in the marketplace and distinguish you from your competitors. Had to make sure I said that right. uspto.gov. And they are basically the place that you go to get any trademark or information in regards to next steps and how to do this process. Something to let you guys know that that is actually what a trademark is, because a lot of times people will come to me and they'll be like, hey, should I get a trademark or copyright my business? And copyright is actually a whole different thing, but trademarking is basically, my business is called Upside Goods Company. So if you recognize that from the logo, if you recognize that from the candles that I sell or the website that I have or any of that, that is now what I have trademarked. That I own that. It's mine. So don't even look at it. Don't even touch it. So here's the deal. I get the question from a lot of brand new business owners or people that have been in business for a little while, and they're like, Ashley, should I trademark my business? And I'm like, this is like a lot of pressure for me to answer that question. So today what I'm going to do is let you guys know why I decided to trademark. So if you've been watching my journey, there was a video that I released a few months back, and it was basically all about how I went viral on Instagram. I have a whole lot to say about that experience. While some of it is wonderful and great, and I've had a lot of wonderful connections from it, the other side of it is a little like eerie and dark back alley style that just isn't that great and wonderful. And I'm pretty sure there's like a lot of robots that are following me now. I don't know what else to like identify them as, but they to me just seem like robots, not real accounts. And here's the deal. Before that happened, I did a lot of research in regards to my company name. So I actually looked at uspto.gov to see if anything was trademarked under Upside Goods, under Upside Good, under Upside Goods Co., under Upside Goods Company, Upside Down. Like I just like looked at all of the things. And I did the similar experience when I was looking for my domain name, my Instagram handle, and all the things, just to make sure that like my name was, one, available, but two, that there wasn't anything out there that was a like business or a similar familiar name that was already known that was like unbeknownst to me. And so when I created my business back in 2020, when I looked at everything was like pretty much good to go. I had a green check mark, or I gave myself a green check mark on everything that was like similar, familiar, or relatable to the business name that I was looking for. And in that, when I looked at Instagram, I did a couple of searches, quite a few searches for different variations of my business name. So it was like Upside Goods Co., Upside Goods .co, Upside Goods Company, Upside Down Goods. Like I just like went through anything that felt like almost like a root of a tree and like a branch of it being my name. So I just wanted to like pick and choose and see what was close, what would feel too close, anything like that. And I can firmly say that I did a lot of searching and nothing was really close to what I had. So when I did that, and this is just my neuroses in regards to my marketing background of Instagram and that being a medium of which I've used quite a bit for other businesses. So I feel pretty savvy in regards to like my wherewithal with Instagram. And I felt very in the clear, let's say, in regards to what was out there, what wasn't out there. So then I went viral. So this is like fast forward about 6, 7, 8, 9 months, somewhere in there of my business life on Instagram. I went viral with a few of my reels. Viral meaning that I was getting like over 500,000 people watching certain content that I was producing. And I noticed that I was getting a lot more followers. I was getting a lot more engagement. I was getting a lot more weird accounts that were following me. And when I say by weird, like if I would click on a new follower's profile, it would go to like, there was no profile picture, there was no followers in them, and they were following like 5,000 accounts, but they had no activity. Or they had no activity and they had like 5,000 followers or more or some random number. And I was like, well, this is really weird. So shortly after like this kind of like burst of new interest in Upside Goods was happening, I was getting a lot of international followers. I was getting like just a lot of traction, a lot of candle makers. They like to see what I'm up to, I guess. And I was like, this feels a little more like instead of me playing offense, I felt a little bit like I was playing defense. And I'm not trying to think like catastrophically here, but I just want to be full disclosure with you guys. I just felt like I was at this place where I was like, maybe I should check in with like whereabouts all the things are with the Upside Goods brand name and, you know, information that I'm sharing out there. And so I looked for those same names that I was looking at originally that were in the clear on Instagram handles. And here's what I found. I found 2 new accounts that had 0 followers, 0 posts, but it said brand coming soon. And it was Upside Goods in some variation with different like periods, underscores, things like that. And I was like, well, this is really strange because just 6 months ago, none of these things were here and now they are. Now, I don't know if those brands are like really trying to do something with them. I don't know if they're just like placeholders in hopes that like someday I'm going to be the next Apple and I'm going to want to come and like buy out all those domains and such. They're going to be sadly mistaken when I don't ask for those things or pay for them. But nonetheless, I thought it was strange that just in the duration of these few months that I went viral, I was getting more visibility, and then there were these like what I would consider to be dupe accounts. So Instagram's like this funny thing, right? And so it was just Instagram. I wasn't noticing it anywhere else. Same with the domains. Like I had purchased a handful like up when I was starting, but nothing really had changed. And so we were good there. That's when I reached out to a lawyer and I was like, hey, this is happening. What do you think I should do? You know, I know that trademarks are out there. I know the trademark like realm enough. And I just kind of explained to him like what was happening. And he was like, I think that this is a point in your time, in your business, that maybe it is important to start looking at trademarking your business and basically trademarking my logo, my brand identity, my classification of what I'm selling of goods or services. And I'm not going to get into all of that today, but I more so just wanted to take you guys along with my school of thought and my experience of how I landed to file for a trademark. Spoiler alert, I filed for a trademark. I did use an attorney. You do not have to, but it was just something that I wanted it done. I wanted it done well. He was willing to help me. He knew enough about my business. And so he was like, okay, I'll file for this classification of your goods and services, your name, all of your information, and we're just going to file for a trademark. I will tell you also that filing for a trademark is like this really exciting thing because it's like the little TM next to your brand. And so it's like very official, like federally owned, like like identity that you're coming into the world and the market with. But it is a little lackluster because I think it takes about 6 months for you to actually get any paperwork back or anything like officially. So it was kind of a learning experience for me because I had reached out to this lawyer and I was like, oh, I'd like paid this lump sum of money and given all this information. And then I was like, so we good? And he was like, oh no, that takes like 6 to 8 months to get back. And I was like, wah, wah. Anyway, long story short, that's what I wanted to share with you, the quick down and dirty version of it. That's why I decided to get a trademark, was because I was noticing that my brand was growing. I'm trying to get into different markets, i.e. different regions, different states, different areas. And I just wanted to make sure that my brand was going to be protected. Now, a lot of you who have just started out or maybe haven't even released your brand yet, I'm not saying that it's not important for you to have trademarking on your radar, but I feel like it's kind of one of those things like when people are like, oh, how do you know that you met the one? And then people give you that really lackluster response where like, you know, you just know when you know. And that's kind of like what trademarking was. I just felt like there was a shift. So I just wanted to leave this little mark of time on my timeline of this YouTube journey that I've been taking you guys on of running a product-based business. Hopefully that like at least gives you a little bit of a foundation of like when you should start thinking about trademarking, if it's right for you or not, but also just be aware that it is something that is available. So like I said, I'll leave the information below of uspto.gov that you can check out all of the information. It even goes down to, should you hire an attorney, what expectations are, what information you would need to share. Like literally every question is there. I just wanted to backfill it with a little bit of context of how I came about trademarking my business. So as always, guys, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them below. I would love to connect with you guys. Always have 30 for 30 if you're just looking at reducing overwhelm, trying to remove some roadblocks by talking to somebody else who is in the trenches with you. Please reach out. I would love to schedule and get to know you a little bit better and your business. You do not have to be a candle maker, by the way. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, have a great day.